Love you, Linda. Love you.
The courthouse the other day in the hallway, you're singing "Oh Happy Day."
One word prayer. Justice, where are you?
And welcome to Justice Serve TV. I am Michael Bryant. Hello, Linda Kinney-Bodden.
Hi, Michael Bryant. I'm so happy you are back to our show. I can't wait to.
Yeah, I know. I
played
played a little hooky yesterday, went out to the Ryder Cup, which was very interesting. It's kind of the pre-Ryder Cup. Obviously, today is the first day of competition there. But yesterday is sort of a lot of practice rounds. The opening ceremonies were changed from yesterday when it was a little rainy to the day before. So but it's just, the whole pomp and circumstance. This is the first time in 90 years that the Ryder Cup has been in the New York area.
I didn't realize that. Wow. Did you
Yeah.
see any celeb golf stars?
Well, yeah, we saw, right? We saw the usual suspects. I've got somewhere here. I've got just a quick picture of one of the folks that we were stalking. I mean, watching. To see if you can tell from my picture here who this is. And sometimes this. Let me see if I can hit this. It'll stride. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that.
I think I know who that is.
Who do you think it is?
It's Rory.
It is Rory McIlroy. You know what? Funny things about the Ryder Cup is because golf as a sport is so international, and so many of these international stars live in the U.S. When you start thinking who's on which team, and for those who don't know, the Ryder Cup is the U.S. stars versus international, right? European, I should say, because the President's Cup involves other countries. So you start thinking Rory McIlroy is the U.S. He's a U.S. guy. All these names. What about him? No, he's a European. Oh yeah, that's right. It's just this weird blend of athletes that you don't see in many sports. So you think of Rory, you go, well, isn't he American? No, not even. So so we saw him. Saw John Rahm, Justin Thomas. Just the usual cadre of players, and these are the elite. Did you
get to see any of the practice rounds?
We wandered around, watched them hit a few balls. It's super loose, so they don't go necessarily from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4. They'll hopscotch around. Maybe there are 3 holes that they can, and they do it in groups. But they had massive boards, scoreboards, bulletin boards, message boards that folks who are out there can see. And they'll say on hole 3, and they'll put like the 5 people that are on hole 3 right now. And I say 5 because they were playing in 5-somes, 6-somes, not the normal teams, because they're just all practicing.
Yeah.
So anyway,
that's exciting, because
if you've never been to a golf event, it's not a lazy event to go to. It's much better to stay home and watch it on your TV, and especially Bethpage Black, which is in Bethpage, New York. It's a very hilly course, and it's not like back and forth, where you could look at one hole here and turn around and watch another. No, they're all like surrounded by the woods, which I felt very comfortable in, because that's where I'm normally playing, is in the woods when I play golf. But it's like each hole is an adventure off into one location or another, and then you end up back at the clubhouse eventually. Anyway, fun event, and again, really historic for this particular area, and that golf course is also historic. I went to the 2009 U.S. Open when they played there. It's been played at least once since. That's it. That was a great day off, and perfect way to follow up on Wednesday's craziness up in Dedham.
Yeah, I'm glad you've been working so hard, and everyone noticed how great you were in Dedham, and the great questions and your experience.
Yeah, it was so nice to see that. And then I'm thinking, I said, well, it's easy. It was a competition of one. There was nobody else there asking any questions. So it was like I got to really just kind of, if it hadn't been raining, it got a little rainy there after a while, and people were, getting fidgety, and there were umbrellas popping up. I wasn't going to keep bugging these guys with questions, but for the time that we had, it was great. It was it was good.
Terrific. If anyone hasn't seen it, the interview is on our Justice Serve TV YouTube page. I think right now it has almost 30,000 views. The separate interview, we also have it. We pulled it into our nighttime show, and it's with Aidan Carney, or as Cosgrove says, I don't know. Actually, he pronounces his name weird, right?
He says Kearney.
Kearney.
He says Kearney. He looks at it, and if you look at it, Kearney. Kearney is not a weird pronunciation.
But he's got this face.
But that's the point. It's like,
Exactly. How many times when we first started, we weren't sure.
Hank Brennan did the same thing.
Yes.
Hank Brennan did the exact same thing. So I don't know if it's purposeful or they're just lazy.
No, it's purposeful.
You think it's purposeful to mispronounce?
Absolutely.
So if I were to call you Linda Kinney Baden,
and I would just say to you, I'd say it's Baden, or then it's Kenny, or you forget the Kenny and all that kind of, and when people keep doing it, you know that they're doing it purposefully.
Yeah.
As far
Once
as
I'll give them once, but in the court setting where the judge will say it properly,
right?
Aiden's attorneys will say it properly.
The court clerk
calling
calls the case.
Yeah, so you're right. I'm too nice sometimes.
Yeah, you're nice. And then we had Mark Vetero, and we had Timothy Bradle, who also is on the Kelsey Fitzsimmons case we're doing. So you really had exclusive access to them and asked some really good questions.
Thank you.
Obviously,
I just, you and I, we sit here, we ask these questions all the time, so it's nice to be able to go right to the source.
Right.
Just our normal curiosity. And hopefully we're going to hear from Mr. Bradle on the Fitzsimmons case. Kelsey Fitzsimmons, of course, that tragic case. We actually did our Friday night show. I was outside the Women's Correctional Institute there in where? Chicopee, Massachusetts. And so we hope to hear a little more on what's happening there, which is just a tragic story about this.
Yeah, our Wednesday night show, because we actually gave away a mug.
That's right.
Karma and Dharma figured out where you were.
Yes, and we're trying Karma Dharma. If you haven't provided email or address or both, we need that. Send it to justiceservedtv@gmail.com. Yeah. So we can pop that in the mail, and unless you live in Ireland, it will probably get to you relatively quickly.
Hi, Sheila Duffy.
Yeah.
Inside joke.
Yes. So anyway, what we got today, yesterday we had the Donna Adelson transport video from the morning of the 3rd of September, which was the day of closing arguments, the day the jury got the case, day before the verdict. And we had a little fun with it because it's a lot of looking at the Chevy Suburban steering wheel. We filled that. I think we filled that space. People were stuck around. It was worth seeing the end.
We had some funny comments. Why am I watching this? And
yes.
He said to not to be mad at us, but that it was a primer for what we're going to see today.
That was it's a big setup, because if you see how she acted the day before the verdict and what we're going to see tonight, which is the day or the evening, just hours after the verdict, it's amazing. And so we were just talking, and somehow, I'm not sure how I got onto Mayberry RFD and the drunk that was in the show. And of course, his name wouldn't come to me. And I just forgot we even talked about it. So as I see the comments coming in, I keep seeing Otis. And I'm starting to think, is that some sort of weird insult? Is it? I never connected it to my inability to remember Otis's name. I'm even trying to, is that an acronym? Like,
wait. Yeah, say it again. You developed a new hashtag.
Yeah,
hashtag Otis is
Otis. This is shit. Otis.
Boom. We should put that on the Internet Slang Dictionary. Anyone who has access to that, put it on there, attribute it to Michael Bryant.
We'll take credit for that. Oh, this is shit. So Otis works for that. And then just, today, I think they're talking about, and then Otis from Mayberry RFD, the guy who had the keys. The drunk would lock himself in the jail overnight and sleep it off. So that was all to set up this video. And to take you where we are is we're in the garage below the courthouse. Donna Adelson wheeled out, and we're going to do it a couple different ways. I'm going to let it just roll, and then we may back up and kind of piece it out a little bit, and then we'll skip. I know, unfortunately, for those who like just looking at the steering wheel for a number of minutes, we're going to skip past that and go to the end where she arrives at, home sweet home, because there's some very just unbelievable imagery there that we're lucky it's on body cam. The officer just happened to be in the right place at the right time. And you may remember from yesterday, from the last night's version, you could hear it started with audio only, and you heard doors clank, all that kind of ominous, you're in or out of jail. This one, at the end of the video, we see that they continued to roll into the procedure, into the processing area, and they had to redact like a black line over some people that were inside. So for some reason, they provided more video this time, but now you'll get to see the doors that we heard very ominously in the first video. So having said all of that, now I've set myself up for failure because I got to make sure I can find the video now. Okay, I think this is it. I do believe I do believe this is it.
By the way,
Okay.
we've entitled this Donna Dethroned. Queen Donna Dethroned.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah, that's what our thumbnail's going to say.
Okay, so there is no audio here. This is not me. So let's wait. Let's make sure the audio is. You'll hear that weird beep boop. This is the car. This is the officer getting the car ready to put Ms. Adelson in. You'll hear beep, shh, and then audio begins. If I've done it right. Stand by. It's coming.
Okay. Feet up so I can pull things up. Okay. I gotcha. We both got you. You're not going anywhere. Alright. You got your hand on the handle? Alright. Get you in there. Slide you over. Get your legs in. Alright. I'll let you buckle her. I'm gonna go ahead and take this.
Okay, Matt, I will see you Monday.
Yeah.
We'll go down tomorrow. Get away from here for a little bit.
Okay, before we get into the driving part, let's go back and just check her out again. And there was actually, I think somebody said something that was very ominous here. Let me see if we can.
Feet up so I can pull things up.
I mean, look at that. That's the harsh slap of reality.
Okay. I gotcha. We both got you. You're not going anywhere.
Did you hear what she just said?
No, I did not.
She said, "You're not going anywhere," meaning you're stable. But I think it had a more important meaning. Yeah. You're not going anywhere.
Alright. You got your hand on the handle? Alright. Get you in there. Slide you over. Get your legs in. Alright. I'll let you buckle her. I'm gonna go ahead and take this.
Okay, Matt, I will see you Monday.
Yeah.
We'll go
Got her
down
head in her
tomorrow.
hands. Some people asked about her being shackled. She was not shackled. And they thought maybe that's why she had the wheelchair. No, she was not shackled.
Get away from here for a little bit. Thank you.
We're not gonna watch. We won't watch the whole drive, but you'll see early on. You know, this attendant, this sheriff officer, is on the phone. I don't know if it's with a friend or a coworker that she's friendly with, but it just seems with what's going on in the back seat to be interesting.
What's up? Is your ear okay? Yes, sir. Okay. I'm just trying to get a screen started for me. Okay. Yes, sir. Perfect. I don't have to lose you. All right, thank you.
You can hear her just blubbering in the back seat. Now this is at about, looks like 8:12, the night of the verdict. So just a handful of hours after she learned her fate. And remember, people have been talking about whether body language experts or others that, she's just acting. This is all fake. It's all for the cameras. It's all, I'm not talking about the motivation. I think we agree the motivation is because she's selfish and, boo-hoo, poor me, Donna Adelson. But whether it was real or not was a question. Is she performing for the jury, although it's a bit late for that, performing for the judge, performing for the TV cameras? Well, there's nothing here that she'd be performing for.
Right. And we're showing this with the audio that I don't think it's been shown before.
Hey, I can't really talk, but did you let Brian know? Okay. What time do you want me to be there at the jail in the morning? At 4. Okay. Are you gonna be there at 4? Come on. Okay, just pick me up outside of Zone 1. And I will be there. Give me a break from all that commotion there in the courthouse.
So she's been doing the courthouse drill, right? And so
right.
now she's got to go at 4 a.m. a different part of the courthouse, which will give her a break from the commotion, the daily commotion, which is the Donna Adelson case. Okay, so one other phone call she makes that is interesting. Let me zoom ahead to that real quick, and then we'll go to the arrival, which is amazing. I think it's about here. She makes a call to tell them she's coming in with Ms. Adelson.
Hey, Sir Boston, it's Eve with transport. Coming back, which zone? 3? Yes, ma'am. Yeah, I'm gonna need a wheelchair at the vehicle today. No. I'm at Monroe and Gaines.
I'm sure the court officer sheriff.
Okay, so she says, I'm going to need a wheelchair, okay, which is, again, important. But she says something else, and I've listened to it a bunch of times, and I can't tell what it is. It sounds almost like some special, not confinement, but some sort of special treatment that she's going to need. And it may relate to, mental health or the mindset of Donna Adelson based on what this officer is observing. So
or what the judge said, if you recall at the very end, when the judge.
Well, he said self-harm. Yeah.
Yeah, I said make sure.
So see if you can pick that up, and anybody that hears it can put that in the comments. Please do, because I've heard it.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a wheelchair at the vehicle.
Okay, here it comes.
No. I'm at Monroe and Gaines.
Play it again, Michael, because I think.
Hold it.
Yeah. She's gonna need to be put on direct too.
She's gonna need something too.
On that too. Yeah, she's gonna need something
too.
On that too. Yeah.
She's gonna need to be put on direct too.
I just can't make it out.
Yeah.
She's gonna need something too.
Something on that too.
Okay.
I don't know what the something is. But
Yeah,
you know
I
what?
got it.
Stop it a second. I just want to comment about the officer. I think they do need a break from the commotion in the courtroom. I think that is also very stressful for them. And I give her great credit, and I give great credit to those officers in the courtroom who have to be on guard all the time.
Yep, and I think she's being very respectful of what's going on. She had that one call, which was clearly a business call, but a friendly business call about where she's going to be tomorrow. I can't talk very long, under the circumstances. And so I think they did a great job handling her, especially when you compare yesterday, which was the day before the verdict, where she was joking with them, having, one jailer, she said, the CEO said, well, I'm about done. I got to get out of here. I'm done for the day. And Donna Adelson says, too bad you can't take me with you.
Right.
Something like that.
Right.
Okay. So one more time, I'll let this play, and then we'll go to the end.
Yeah. She's going to need to be put on direct too.
She's going to need to be under blah, blah, blah.
She's going to need to be put on. I mean, she may have been responding to something else. What was said on the other side? She's going to need to be put on that too. It may have been the other side said something.
It could be. They might have said, "Do you need this?" Yeah, she's going to need to be. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I believe it relates to any sort of concern for her self-harm.
Right.
Okay. We have arrived. I know the drive was not as exciting because we weren't able to watch the whole thing and and talk about things. There goes the gun and the ammo. That's what's on the seat that come and go from the vehicle. You don't want your detainee grabbing your gun.
That's what we couldn't see yesterday because
Right.
it required to leave the gun in the
Yeah,
ammo.
it looked too small, so maybe it was just the clip. It didn't look like a whole gun, but I think it might have been just the clip. But yeah, obviously they don't, you know, they're going to be wrestling this person from the car to the wheelchair. Easy to grab the gun. Okay, so see these big doors here, these sliders? That's what we heard without seeing last time. Hey, let me in. I got Donna Adelson here. Let me in.
Wheelchair.
She's again asking, where's that damn wheelchair? Easier to get out of this jail than into the jail.
We'll have them bring the wheelchair to you, okay? Just hang tight.
She's blubbering. There's Donna Adelson. She's crying.
Yeah. So I'm going to let this play. I think it's about 4 or 5 minutes. Then we can go back and kind of break
Okay.
down some of her movements and mannerisms.
Okay.
Here's the lunch or dinner she did not eat. Lost her appetite, apparently, after the guilty verdict. So she gets to stew while they're waiting for this wheelchair.
You want to try to walk in?
Yeah, this.
Let me see if this is the chair coming out now. Your chair's coming out now. They're coming, okay? We'll let you get that sweater off. I just can't take you in there without any handcuffs on. That's their policy, okay?
I know.
Okay, we'll come back to the wheelchair ride and go into the jail with her, but let's just go back and kind of evaluate,
Right.
comment on some of her movements, reactions. She
We'll have them
says
bring the
things
wheelchair
even,
to
you know, but under her breath.
Just hang tight.
You know, she's gesticulating, like, you know, like she's processing it, like either how could that happen, or what, you know, you can just see the wheels turning there. It's like she's mouthing something too.
Yeah.
Then she kind of looks skyward a couple of times. I mean, and she's just like heaving.
This is interesting. This is from the body cam, but there must be a camera in the car.
We'll see when they respond to me. They have not responded yet. They just acknowledged the request. Then she throws her head back.
Talking to herself,
Mm-hmm.
mumbling to herself. You're hearing the.
Yeah. That is hanging your head.
You're hearing the. You're hearing that.
Yep.
And interesting, the officer has to keep the body cam trained on her.
I think it's more just a function of her being in position to do something if she needs to, and just so happens, you know, body cam right there just faces right at her. I don't think it was purposeful, like she was framing it up, but worked out well. Again, with the head thrown back. So as you see this, what are your thoughts, you know, when you compare what we saw in court and what people reacted to in terms of that performance?
I think this is kind of going the same thing when the guilty verdicts came down and she, you know, lifted her hands up and her attorney had like put him down, and I think she's playing in her mind, oh, well, should I have testified? How did I get it? I knew I should. I think that this is not so much grief about her former son-in-law. I think this is grief about, in my opinion, this is grief. This is her grief. Okay. Let's remember, it's her grief, but it's her grief about what she did wrong to get a guilty verdict. Now, should I have testified? Should I hire these attorneys? That's what I'm
right.
thinking.
She's all of this second guessing, you know,
Right.
What if I testified? I told them I should have testified. This would be different. I told them, you know, frustration over how her case played out. And I think it's just harsh reality. I don't think, especially if you see and remember yesterday, she thought she was going to get away with it. I
Right,
really
she
think
was
so.
happy.
She
Like,
was just
I'm
like,
going
this
to
is
Disney World.
yeah. We're getting to the going to you, Donna Adelson. You've just been convicted. Now what? I'm going to Disney World. Yeah. So yeah, it was that mindset that this is almost done, and I'm out of here.
Yeah.
You want to try to walk in? Let me see if this is the chair coming out now.
That's where they've given up on the
chair's coming
wheelchair,
out now.
and yet here it comes.
Yeah, right.
One more moment of resignation here. Watch.
I just can't take you in there without any handcuffs on. That's their policy. Okay?
I can't take you in there without handcuffs, without any handcuffs. And she was pulling at her sweater like, I'm overheating in this cardigan sweater that they told me would help. I don't think it helped.
Yeah, step right there. I got you. That's some. I had to borrow those this morning. They're blue.
Oh, okay.
Miss Adelson, lift your legs up. Hold on. Got one. Put your leg on that one.
Caller Mrs. Adelson.
No, I like this part. Nice and easy up the ramp.
Go ahead and give me an override on the female side, please.
Now, these are the doors we heard just opening and closing, but no video of it. And watch, they don't open the interior door until the exterior door is closed, and then one of the officers. Watch.
$117 is in control. Zone 1 female inside slider, please.
Save that lunch. And finally, she can get that damn sweater off. So
Well, she probably is. I believe she probably was overheating because she's upset.
I'm sure.
She's crying.
I'm
It's
sure.
hot. She's older. I'm sure she was overheating.
She's in the car. Well, remember where and when. This is Tallahassee. This is, even though it was 8 o'clock in the evening, it's sweaty, it's hot, it's September 4th. It's not chilly out. So, yeah.
Got
she's
herself
probably,
into a dizzy, a frenzy. She's worked.
I would not be surprised if she had passed out. But, yeah. So, what do you think? Pretty amazing transformation from the day before. Oh,
Take
okay.
me with you. That she was so happy. As I said, I'm going to Disney World. I think she thought she was being acquitted.
I really think she did.
And then when she wasn't, this is a continuation of I should have done things differently. I told him I wasn't going to testify. I told him,
There's no doubt there's a lot of second guessing going on in her brain. And I thought I had kind of a
Hi, Domino.
yeah.
Puppy.
Can you tell he's
Well, as you know, I'm up in the cabin, and Tubi was here just before we started taking barking. Also, Tubi's a little camera shy though. He doesn't like to come on camera.
yeah. I think yesterday was so cloudy and overcast, and today's the day to be hanging out in the sun, and I think that's what Domino wants. I just need to go out and go because I walked him. I know he's fine for all of the biological needs. He just wants to go out and lay in the sun.
Let's
He's
play,
gonna have to wait.
Daddy.
He's gonna
Let's
have to
play,
wait.
Daddy.
Now I'm looking for, and I sent you a copy of it, and now I'm trying to find that picture that I
Oh, hold on.
created,
a
the
second.
before and after.
Did send me a copy.
Yeah. Of course, I can't see it on my desktop as I.
Oh, you have to find it.
Yeah, I see it right there.
Let
Well,
me go to you. Hold on. Let's go to you and the photos that you sent. I have.
Yeah, it's if you just watch the video from yesterday and then today, I mean, it's
No,
clear.
the
But when you
pictures,
see the
side
pictures,
by side comparison is really
yes.
incredible.
Oh, there we go. Now I got it.
Yeah,
Now
okay.
I
'Cause
got
I
it.
was about to send you the one you sent me, and I have the one. I have one of the ones you sent me also. That's just her getting out of the car. Crying.
Okay.
Okay, I'll send that.
This my tech wizardry is paying off. Here it is.
But I sent
There we
that
go.
to you also.
There's the day of
Oh.
the third, on the way to court with her beat up folder, right?
Right.
And then crumbled into a quivering mass as she's returned to jail, knowing there aren't going to be any more days outside of this place, or at
This
least
is-
something like it.
This is, quite frankly, this is the tale. This is it right here. You know.
As they say, what a difference a day makes.
Oh my gosh. I think after this airs, we should post that picture on our X account to show the difference of the two. Now, she's supposed to be sentenced when? October 10th, I believe.
Let me check my schedule. I've been bopping around with all these
Schedule.
different cases, and I gotta.
That's if the
I can't
pre-sentence
remember.
investigation report is ready.
Right, which we think is still going to be the day they sentence, but they were a little wishy-washy on
It
that.
has to be, that has to be ready. And he says, if not, it'll be a case management. But if it's a case management,
Right.
they're not going to transport her from jail for a case
So
management.
that's the 14th at 2:30.
The 14th it is? Okay.
Yeah, at 2:30. So
All right. Well, there you see her. The car ride yesterday was all a buildup, so you could see the difference in what happened today. And just like a movie, sometimes you have to watch it all. And I think it was important to watch it all because she wasn't saying things and making those sounds in that car ride, right?
it's funny because people who took more time than I did, obviously, they either had it transcribed, they ran it through, the YouTube
Right.
transcriber or a different version, or they were just listening to it multiple times, where she talked about having double bunion surgery at some point when she was younger. I didn't really pick up on that, but it was that kind of small talk that, tells you why she looked like she did in the left-hand picture on the screen. These are my new buddies, but this will be over soon, and I'll be off to my, back to my world
My
of
life soon. And the great respect though
excess.
they showed her with regard to her physical condition, putting her in the car, and the officers even standing there. Obviously, they know she's a convicted murderer. Obviously, they believe, like we do, that she's guilty. But the respect they showed her was pretty remarkable. And Mrs. Adelson, and making sure her feet were clear, and making sure she had the wheelchair, and getting the cuffs off quickly so she could take the sweater off.
And I do wonder, because I'm cynical, how much of that is body cam driven. They know now. The COs, the cops, they all know now that you got to really be on your best guard. I hope they aren't putting it on because of that, but I don't mind if it makes them more conscientious.
Yep. Well, there we are. All right. And so I will say that this is the kind of Michael O'Brien put in his FOIA request to get these here at Justice Served TV. So if you like what we're doing, please hit that subscribe button. Believe it or not, and I'm going to just digress for a second. We're almost at 29,000, I think, right?
I think we're getting close to that, yeah.
Subscribers, and we were hung up just 10 days ago. We couldn't even get 5 for 27,000. So you're doing something right by showing the YouTube overlords that you like our channel. So like it even more. If you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. And if you do, you are subject to getting one of those free memberships that we see on the screen all the time. The like, the share, and the notify, and it'll tell you when we're on. And also, we're doing a lot more now, starting our second year with members. We just posted our first Justice Serve TV, The Hunt, for members to help try to find what we believe is somebody who may have information about a witness in the Epstein case. At least the posters seem to indicate so, and the fact that the poster is not all over social media would also seem to confirm that. So members only have that ability to try to find that person, and then send that. If you have a link, or if you have a name, or if you have a lead, send it to us. Don't go out there on your own. I mean, your job is just to try to see what you can locate and then send it to us, and we'll take it from there. So subscribe, like, share, notify, and join members only if you are able to.
Very nice. Oh, and I should mention, I just saw a note this morning about this. You know, Melanie Little ran our post interview from the hearing, and we reached out. Hey, thanks so much. And we're going to get her on, is kind of my long way of saying that. We'll work it out. We'll figure it out. But we're very excited that she will be happy to join us. And so we will do that and give you some notice when that does happen. All right, then. Weekend plans? Anything exciting? This is the drivel part.
No.
Remember the drivel?
No, this is a dribble part. This is,
dribble?
you know, I was watching, I think I mentioned too, I've been watching Only Murders in the Building. Not only was Selena Gomez wearing the suit I have, and then in the next episode wearing the earrings I have, the Jennifer Fisher silver earrings. But see, they have a podcast that goes along with each episode. And I was watching it, and Steve Martin was talking, and he said the one thing he hates is the first 10 minutes of all the podcasters, streaming channels who have the drivel, the dribble and the dribble.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't like that. He
No.
just get right to it.
We know there are people on both sides of that argument. Believe me. We do it for two reasons, because we're usually just kind of catching up, and also because we know that people kind of, come to things.
They get the notify button, right?
Yeah, sometimes we get 2 or 3 minutes before that happens, and sometimes our 2 to 3 minutes ends up being 5 or 10. But hey, that's the beauty of kind of doing our own thing. So there are plenty of options if you don't like the dribble. All right. Hey, have a great weekend. And I think we should do something again Monday just for the hell of it. In the meantime, I'm Michael Bryant. That's Linda Kenny Bodden. This is Justice Serve TV.
And I love Steve Martin.
And try to do the right thing.